No, they didn't ask me to leave. They want me in there.
They want you in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's the rub. No. And then there's 10 to 20 plus empty apartments. There's an empty apartment there. I've been taking pictures, me and my Irish godmother, who's been here since 1950 and everything. And I had a real estate Italian-American godmother. When you saw that christening, I had two godmothers, but unfortunately she's died of a brain tumor, or else I wouldn't be bothering calling you because she would know what to do.
So at this point, the conditions here, they haven't been able to do anything because they want you in there, but you can't be in there while they're doing the work.
And they're not going to give me, and they're not going to give me any options about where it's.
Why won't they put you up? They haven't given you an answer of why.
They're going to put me up, but away from here, and I don't want to do that. I told them, put me in one of those empty apartments.
Okay.
I'll come here every day, unlock the door, and you do your work. I mean, it's not rocket science. A 2-year-old would understand it. I don't mean to be sarcastic.
And where did they say they would put you up?
Well, the new management that's coming here in April to take over for Niger said something about options like Ocean Bay. I don't know where Ocean Bay is, and other places and everything, because they said something about that those apartments that I said are empty, they're gonna do, gut it out, like they're gonna gut this out, new bathroom, new kitchen.
Okay.
And I'm saying, well, in the meantime and in between time, I could be somewhere in here while you're doing that work. I mean, I'm not stopping you. That sounds backwards. I'm confused too. Why can I, and I've been a resident here since 1962. I don't look it, but I've been born
You've lived
and
here
raised.
since 1962 in this?
But you saw the birth certificate, the original one.
Yeah, and you lived in this apartment?
No,
Oh,
187.
187.
But we had to leave because of the roofing in the 90s. And that's when my mother's sickness and odyssey began. She was in 199. It was an apartment that it was renovated, but one of the neighbors snuck out because it was filthy, and so she got that. But she didn't realize that until later when she lost 40 pounds. When the roofing was finished, she said, I'm in my 60s, I lost 40 pounds. She was a robust 160 pounds. She couldn't climb the 4th heights.
So for the past 5 years since all of this started, have you been living here? Yeah. And, okay. And just recently, you packed all of this up?
Yeah, because I wanted to, because I have it on tape here that I talked to John Latella. He's the new project manager for that Wavecrest. And then I spoke to Jason, you saw this picture, Jason Torres. And I told him January 4th, give me time to find someone in the middle of a pandemic to support me because I'm disabled. I'm not supposed to be by myself. Why they do it, especially because I don't trust them. And they said, that's fine, just as long as we have that badge, which obviously, don't let nobody in, obviously not. And so I was trying to call for 2 months. It's hard to get anybody, but you better write this down. I'm going to see a lawyer. His name is Alan Goldberg. He tried to tell me that there might be problems in the future, but I wasn't ready yet and everything. But now I'm ready because they are harassing me and they not giving me any options. So I'm going to see him next week. But the principle of the thing is, I told him, give me time to box things. So you notice when you walked in, you wasn't hindered, right? I wanted them to have access so they would be unfeathered access so that they could do their inspection. That's why I did.
So
what did I do wrong?
When did they promise that they would come for an inspection?
I said January 4th.
January 4th is when, and
I waited 5 hours, and I called, and nobody contacted me. I waited 4 hours, January 5th, and then that was it.
And then, so what did they ask of you for this inspection to happen? They needed everything removed, or they just said box everything up?
I said I would box it up so they can have room to do the clipboard inspection.
And so why didn't they haven't said why they didn't?
Well, you gotta ask them. Because they wouldn't answer my calls or nothing. I said, hey, I've been sitting on top of these boxes from 8 until 1 o'clock. Where are you? And then my friends that are merchants around here that love my mother and me, they said, you need to take a walk. Get out of the apartment, take a walk, get your stuff, and come back. Did the same thing I called them and said, let's try January 5th. Waited 4 hours from 8 to 12. Nothing.
And this
and I called Niger. Niger, a housing assistant, I don't want to give her name, she's a nice lady. She said, Mommy, it's not us, it's them. If you made an appointment with them, you need to contact Wavecrest Management.
Wavecrest.
We have nothing to do with any under this.
But so what was their reasoning for, because they're the new management, they're not even technically owners yet. So what is NYCHA's response to why they didn't do this?
That was the response. That it's not up to us, it's them. The Wavecrest Management.
Even 2 years ago, that's what they said?
No, recently.
What about 2 years ago or 3 years ago? Like, why wasn't this fixed within the first year?
The first year they was trying to kick my ass out. I was fighting for 2.5 years.
Okay.
Okay?
And so then for the past 3 years,
They knew about it and they didn't give me an option.
Yeah,
And I wasn't stopping them.
Yeah.
I wasn't
You were
stopping
like,
them.
I want to stay here in the building at least. But
They
never
had
made
an
that.
apartment up
Okay.
there, but they didn't want me to go. I said, I don't want to live there.
Yeah.
It would just be a convenience for you to clean up this apartment. I could have stayed up there. They could have rented this apartment. It would have been three, they've been getting their rent.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. This is what I'm saying. Either they think I'm a damn fool, which I'm a biologist, I used to be a nurse, and I was a sketch artist and a published writer. You're not dealing with a damn fool, and I'm not, I'm legally a resident. You saw me, I was born and raised here. So, but nobody should be treated this way. And there are people that's telling me they doing the same thing, banging on their door and banging on the door of my neighbors say, is she in there? I know some Spanish. My second mother is Hispanic. She's Puerto Rican.
Uh-huh.
And they was asking them in Spanish, is she in there? That's an inconvenience to them. That's not fair.
And why were they trying to figure out if you were in there?
Because I told them January 4th and I was obligated. I talked to a legal person and they said you don't have to open your door. If the agreement, you have an agreement on tape that is January 4th, you don't have to open your door. And then I talked to them.
When did they come by?
They was coming by every day when they was working in here. I got pictures of them working in here.
And what did they want?
And they wanted to come in.
For what?
You know,
So they wanted to come in for the inspection before the 4th.
That's right.
But you told them to come in on the 4th.
Yes.
Why didn't you let them in before the 4th if they came
Because
by?
I wasn't ready and I didn't have a witness. I was trying to get a witness here. That's what I said.
But what did you need to get ready for them?
What do you mean by that? Why are you asking me those questions? You're trying to confuse me.
No, because I'm just wondering. So they didn't tell you they would come.
Yes.
They said they would come on the 4th?
Yes.
But then they were coming around before the 4th.
Yes, and I told them that and how they was banging on the door.
But why
Jason Torres said that to ignore it. If we schedule for the 4th, just ignore it.
But
I have them on tape.
But why would you ignore it?
Because I didn't have anybody there to be a witness, and I wasn't ready.
And why did someone need to be there?
Why not? Or I'm supposed to let somebody in here?
So was someone going to be there on the 4th?
I was trying to work on that. That's what I'm saying.
And so who was supposed to be there? This is a lawyer that was going to be there?
You want me to get a list of doctors and social workers because I'm disabled. I'm supposed to do this by myself because I'm a minority. If I was a white woman, you wouldn't be asking me that, right? I mean, why are you asking me these questions about that? I'm supposed to let somebody in I don't know, and then the lies are told back and forth and people banging on my door? I don't mean to be nasty, but it's very clear to everybody else that you should have some witness there. You should feel comfortable. They even said.
Right, I don't understand. Like, I've never gone through this, so I'm just trying to do my best to understand it.
I never gone through this neither.
Yeah.
My mother died, and I'm part Cherokee. I haven't had time to mourn her. Okay, I should have somebody here to be a witness about anything that's said in case if anything comes up in court, a witness is there. So I talked to people for 2 months and they say it's hard to get anybody out here during the pandemic. And that's, you should be asking the question, what's the rush in doing this work in the winter during a pandemic if the work is not supposed to be until they take over in April? I have it here.
So who were you talking to
Jason, the Wavecrest Management, and NYCHA.
Who were you talking to try to get someone out here? Because you said you wanted
I talked to different agencies, social worker agencies, and everybody, and they said it's hard to get somebody out here. And they said the best thing to do is just record them.